Okay, this is Coach Dez here. This is week 9. We're talking about the Seahawks versus the Bills. So, the Seahawks last year averaged 25.3 points per game, but they gave up 24.87 points per game. The Bills, however, averaged 19.6 points per game. They only gave up 16.2 points per game. This year, the Seahawks are averaging 34.3 points per game. They improved, but they're averaging 28.4 points per opponent. The Bills, on the other hand, is averaging 24.75 points per game, and they give up 24.88 points per game. So I have to say this. The Bills don't score a whole lot of points in the third quarter. I don't know why they get off to a slow start, but we're going to find out why. So what I'm going to talk about is how the Seahawks can beat the Bills and how the Bills can beat the Seahawks. So let's look at this. Now the Seahawks, they have a pretty good running game going. They average about 4.85 yards per rushing right and 5.69 rushing left. They also are strong going down passing to the left side at 13 yards per carry. If you look at this, they start off strong. They average 17.4 down the middle, but then look at the left, 11.2, 12.4, 13.2, 16. They get better. I have to say this. This is one of those gunslinging quarterbacks. You got to understand that when you got the lead, don't sit and throw the ball. Look at your sacks. I'm worried about this right here in the beginning. 6 and 9. You're averaging 3 sacks per game. You can't keep taking these hits. Look at you. This is where you throw in the most interception here in the fourth quarter. So you're averaging 1 interception per game. But look at this, 3 fumbles in the second quarter. So you're averaging 0.6 fumbles per game. You've got to let your receivers do their jobs. That means I want less ball throwing, only when you need to, and more on the running on the field. Now let's look, because the Bills give up those yardage for you, 4.5 rushing right and 5.79 rushing left. You should easily get these. They're giving them to you anyway. Down the middle, they're giving it to you. 13 yards they give up. You're averaging 11.8. You may not get the passing down the left, but you darn sure gonna get it down the middle. Look, you see these sacks? 6 in the first quarter and 5 in the third quarter and 5 in the fourth quarter. They like to come after the quarterback. So they're averaging 2.4. So I think they're going to get that 3 from you. They're averaging 0.5 in interception and 1.4 in fumbles. So they're going to get the fumble from you. You've got to handle the ball, control it. But if I was you, I would do less slinging down the field and let my receivers do the running. I think you will be able to pull this off because the Bills give up these yards. So let's look at how the Bills can win this game. Okay, the Bills are not a good, strong running game. As you can see, they only average about 3.6, but they are good rushing to the left at 5. Now, if you look at passing right, middle, and left, see how they start off strong in the first quarter? And then they mix around here. Fourth quarter, they got the right and the left. Then they go from the third quarter from the passing right to the middle, and then the middle to the left. But they're really all over. If you look at it, they're averaging about almost 12 yards per carry right, middle, and left. Sacks. This is what I'm worried about, because he is looking for somebody, trying to get the ball to, because they're not constantly, but they're playing from behind. These 6 sacks right here in this fourth quarter. They're averaging 1.5 sacks per game. Look at the interceptions, especially in the third quarter. It's pretty much spread out throughout the ball, each quarter, but they're averaging 0.6 per game. Fumbles, same thing. It's all over the board, 0.75. You got to clean up your turnovers. You're pretty average going, whether you run the ball left or pass the ball. But you're going up against a team that's not going to give you that. At the most, rushing right, 4.88 is what they're giving up. So this left side, you'll get that 5.6. This is where you're going to lose it. But down the middle is where they give up the most yards. Look at this, 19 in the first quarter, 12 in the second quarter, 14.8 in the third quarter, 14.9 in the fourth quarter. They are very weak coming down this middle. If I was you, I would pass all day long down this middle, especially if I'm behind. I will worry about the sacks in the second and the third quarter. They come after the quarterbacks. They're averaging almost 2 sacks per game. You give up 1.5. I think they're going to get the 2 sacks from you. Their interceptions, look at this, especially in the fourth quarter, 1.29. I believe they get this interception from you in the fourth quarter. As well as look at the fumbles in the third quarter. They're averaging 1.1 fumbles per game. I think they get that also from you, but it'll be in the third quarter. Because they're going to know that you're going down the middle on them. You're average down the middle, but they know who your target is. So I know that the Seahawks is weak right here, but all in all, Bills, you have a weak third quarter that you really need to pick up. And I don't see how you're going to do that, because if you look at your numbers overall in the third quarter, this is where you're weak at in every quarter. Look at you, even drop off here. You're giving up more here, the sacks and turnovers. Till you clean up your third quarter and improve this third quarter, I don't see you winning this game. So I have the Seahawks by 6. So as you can see, the Bills average 24.7. The Seahawks is 34.3. Seahawks win this game by 6.